Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Sunrise. It's about 8 a.m. The sun is coming up bright and pretty. No clouds on this second cold front day. The temp right now is 41 Fahrenheit. Southern Texas, as you can see. You can't see the fish in here because it's too cool, and the fish in this aquaponic system are what I call semi-hibernating. They're not moving around much. They're at the bottom, swimming in place, keeping warm, and so forth. Waiting for the temp to get above 50 degrees. Well, actually waiting for the temps to get above 60 degrees, and then they'll be fully active again and start swimming around wanting food, the bluegill fish. So I'm always saying, this is why I love keeping bluegill fish, because they can handle very, very cold temps. It will not kill the fish. Bluegill fish are born in this environment where they swim in water that is freezing, people, that has ice on top. So they can handle cold water and very warm water. So this is why I love keeping bluegill fish in my aquaponic system. Let's go and look at the big, large flood and drain grow bed that I've installed on this system. See how that's doing. Beautiful. It's looking great. The plants are getting acclimated now in their air pots with the hydrogen clay. I'll be putting dual pot planting in here, just like I did the peppers here, where they'll be planted in sand mixed with cocoa coir and perlite. That way I can grow my corn, I can grow turmeric, I can grow ginger, onions, garlic, a small species of potato that I like. I can grow root plants in here now by using the garden socks here and putting a mixture of my substrate that I'm making, which is sand, a variety of sand that I use, mixed with cocoa coir, mixed with perlite, all mixed together. And then I can grow root plants in here, because the root plants grow better in this substrate than they do the hydrogen clay. They grow better in a soil mix. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And as you can see, you're probably wondering, why is the extra large flood and drain bed empty? Because the pump is off. The timer has turned off the pump, and it will come back on here. It might come back on while this video is going. It'll come back on here shortly, and it will fill this flood and drain extra large grow bed up and give the plants water. So the plants are constantly being given water, nutrient water, and they're constantly the roots of these plants are constantly also being aired out when the water drains back down. So that's why it's called a flood and drain system. So I like coming out here in the morning time and looking at my creations. As you can see, there's 13 plants in here, planted in their individual grow pots. 13 plants easily can grow in this system. That's a lot of plants, vegetables growing in one extra large flood and drain bed. This is how I increase the size of vegetables and fruit that I can grow in the same aquaponics system, by increasing and adding bigger flood and drain grow beds. That's simple. And I'm going to do the same thing to all of my systems. I'll say it again. All my systems will have this type and even bigger flood and drain grow beds. Now imagine me having 3 of these large flood and drain grow beds up, how much food I can grow. I can grow a whole lot more food, and I'm so happy by adding these flood and drain grow beds that I've had for about 7 months, 6 or 7 months now. I just haven't put them up. Now I'm putting them up now. Why am I putting it up now in the winter time? Because it's a lot more cooler outside, believe it or not. There we go. You hear that? It just came on. I'm going to go over here so you guys can see it. If I can get over here. There it is. I'm going to try to get over here as the water pump just came back on from the timer. Let's see if we can get over here. There you go. It's on. Just came on. Timer just came, shut it back on again. And it's flooding up. It's flooding up the flood and drain bed right now. See the water going in? Beautiful. Now that's perfect timing. So we'll sit here and watch it flood up. All that rich nutrient nitrite water going into this extra large grow bed. As you can see, I'm going to go around this hoop house. How many other hoop houses beside this one? So I'm going to go around here so we can see everything filling up. Beautiful. See all that water coming in there. Big red giant mustard green. There it goes. Pumping that water back in. as it fills up. I'm thinking in about one more week, all these plants will be a lot bigger. It doesn't take long for plants to grow in the aquaponics system. They grow 3 times faster because they're always getting plenty of organic nitrate and plenty of water all the time and plenty of sun. Getting higher and higher, as you can see. This is where the water goes out, right here. When it gets up to here, it'll flow out back into the sump. This is the drain portion of the flood and drain system. The water won't go any higher than that, and it'll go all the way down and it'll drain out. Got a little leaf in there. Hasn't gotten there yet. It's getting there. It's getting higher. The water will get up to about here. I can make it go all the way up here by just turning the valve to increase the valve, control water valve on the water hose. I can make it go even farther up. Right now I have it up to here. I might increase it till it goes this high, get more water in here. But right now this is fine. When you're building these type of aquaponics system, you have to be a visionary. You have to know how to measure things out, to craft things, to design a system mechanically to make it work the way you want it to work. This gives you an idea of how much food you can grow in an aquaponics system. And you can make your aquaponics system as small or as big as you like in a small space. It's up to you how you want to design your system. Beautiful, cool day to grow your dark greens. They love growing in cool weather. There's no pests around eating the leaves and they take off in cool weather. As you see, the water is going all the way up. It's almost getting to the point where it's going to start draining out of the flood and drain system, and keep going until the timer shuts it off and the water drains back down again, and then it'll start back over again in about 20-30 minutes. I have this set to run every 35 minutes, I'm thinking. The reason why you have a flood and drain system, so you don't get root rot. You will not get root rot in a flood and drain system because the roots are constantly in contact with air when the system drains back down again. They're not constantly underwater. You can have roots underwater. You can do that if you have a lot of air in your water. You can do that. It's no problem at all. But with the flood and drain system, the technique works a little different. I have done both. Now the water is coming out. gotten to the first leg of that. It'll go all the way up as it drains out. Now, if you can't hear that, hear that noise, that humming noise? That's the water going out back into the sump. Now the roots of all these plants are getting nutrient nitrate water that's coming from the fish waste, which is nitrite. Raw fish waste is nitrite. It's converted into nitrate by the beneficial bacteria. That is the waste of the beneficial bacteria. The beneficial bacteria eat the plant waste, which is nitrite, and they convert it into nitrate, which is their waste. It's a symbiotic, organic, natural decomposition of waste naturally. And the plants love to eat converted nitrate from the fish waste via the beneficial bacteria. That's how it works. So when you give your plants fish emulsion, your plants are not actually eating the fish emulsion, people. That's not how it works. What you're doing is you're feeding the beneficial bacteria that's in your soil raw fish emulsion, which is nitrite. The beneficial bacteria eat the raw fish waste, fish emulsion, and they convert that raw fish emulsion, which is nitrite, into nitrate. It's a symbiotic transformation. The beneficial bacteria in your soil, the microbes, are eating the raw fish emulsion, which is nitrite, and they convert that raw fish emulsion into nitrate, in which your plants eat the nitrate. So it's a 3-step process. That's how it works. Beneficial bacteria are natural in our environment. You don't have to add them in. It's natural. All you have to do is create an environment in aquaponics for those beneficial bacteria to live and to actually grow, which is called a biofilter. That's called a biofilter. Creating an environment for where you can grow your own beneficial bacteria. You make a biofilter and you put in that biofilter K1 media, the little small plastic, very porous material they made for the beneficial bacteria to live in and populate. That's called a biofilter. I have a biofilter under this grow bed that I've already showed you guys already. So all the waste from the my aquaponics fish tank goes into that biofilter first. All the waste from my aquaponics fish tank goes into the biofilter first. In that biofilter, there's millions and millions of beneficial bacteria in that biofilter that eat that fish emulsion, break the fish emulsion, which is nitrite, down, and they convert that fish emulsion into nitrite, which is the beneficial bacteria's waste. So the plants are eating nitrite, they're eating waste from the beneficial bacteria, and the beneficial bacteria are eating fish emulsion, fish waste from the fish, from the aquaponics tanks. That's how it works. 1, 2, and 3. So your plants are the last step of eating and breaking down the fish emulsion that's converted to nitrate by the beneficial bacteria. So it goes from the fish, which is pure fish emulsion waste, to the beneficial bacteria, which break that fish waste down, the nitrite, and convert it to nitrate. Then that nitrate goes to your plants, and your plants take up the nitrate as food, nutrient. So I given you a whole breakdown, I hope, of how the process works with aquaponics. Even in your soil, it works the same way. Even in your soil, it works the same way. The plants eat waste from the beneficial bacteria and microbes that are in your soil, in your living soil. The beneficial bacteria and microbes break that waste down and convert it into nitrate. The plants take the nitrate up as food and they turn that into oxygen. That's how it works. They turn it into oxygen in food that we eat. It's a beautiful world that we're living in. So, as you can see, everything's working good. Plants are getting fed their nitrate, growing. This is all one big circle. And this is all rainwater, harvested rainwater. I harvest my own rainwater. So, you guys have a good Tuesday, the last Tuesday of 2025. Get out, grow some food the way you want to grow food. Whether you want to grow it aquaponically like I do, all organic, or whether you want to grow in the ground, in the soil, or whether you want to grow hydroponic. You know, do it your way. Have a nice day. Grow some food. Drink some tea. Find your tea. Detox. Ground. Manifest. Because at the end of the day, nobody is going to come save us. We have to learn how to save ourselves.